This was crazy. I saw him on the camera, trail camera. I said, Barry, if that buck comes out, I'm going to shoot him. He came out, all of a sudden he's right in front of me, and he stood there staring at me, and I fumbled around. There's a deer right here.
Fall in Saskatchewan. My family homesteaded here over 100 years ago, moving to the province for the farming opportunities. Today, the buildings no longer stand and my ancestors have scattered to other areas. But for those of us who wish for September mornings on the prairie, we made it a tradition to come back year after year. I've been fortunate to have some unbelievable experiences fishing here and some unreal waterfowl hunts. I even filmed a bear hunt. But I never had the chance to do what's at the top of the bucket list for hunters everywhere: chase a big-bodied, dark-racked buck from the Saskatchewan bush. Until now. My adventure begins with an old friend, Barry Prawl.
Ribeyes.
Ribeyes?
Ribeyes.
All right, what are you going to eat?
A whitetail black bear and fishing outfitter on the shores of Tobin Lake.
Trophy whitetail are some of the hardest animals to get, you know, so it's never a guarantee.
I'm not the only one excited to travel here for the deer. Whitetail fanatic Danny Thompson and his father are joining me.
Well, you know, I grew up in the time when the monster buck videos were really popular, you know, so growing up watching, you know, the Real Tree guys come up to Saskatchewan and hunt with the outfitters up here and, you know, have their snow camo on and shooting those big, you know, dark-horned, big-bodied Saskatchewan bucks. I mean, it's every whitetail hunter's, you know, on their bucket list, I think, is to come up here and shoot one of those deer. And, you know, so just kind of always really stood out as someday I'd like to try to make it up to Canada and shoot a whitetail.
Barry also has a couple regulars in camp, hunters who've been coming for a long time.
I've been coming to Trails End for 21 years. All 18 that Barry has owned it. Started with the previous owner who retired, then Barry took the business over, and I've been here every year since.
When people have been coming here year after year for that long, it's a testament to the operation Barry has.
Sometimes guys will ask me why I always go back to the same place or places, and that reason is real simple for me because I know exactly what I'm going to get.
I've wanted to come here to hunt deer for years. Just walking through the lodge and seeing what's hanging on the wall is enough to get your heart racing. And while I'd love to shoot a giant, I'm content with a solid buck that has that signature chocolate rack. I'm also looking forward to the experience of sitting in the Saskatchewan wilderness. It's not just deer roaming these woods, but moose, elk, wolves, and all sorts of other critters. Barry's area is big, 300,000 acres of thick timber. It borders the farmland that dominates the southern half of Saskatchewan. Moving through the bush isn't easy. The majority of hunting takes place along the fringe, in deer stands with shooting lanes and piles of hay that entice animals out from the vast northern forest. Days can be long. Weather can be frigid. But without snow and cold, those deer stay hidden. Beautiful weather, by my standards, greeted me as I arrived. While comfortable, it's not the most productive weather for seeing big bucks.
All right, Danny, day one.
Day one, here we go.
Did you sleep at all last night?
No, not at all.
So,
dreamt of snow in the pine trees and big deer coming in.
so let's talk about a couple of things, because you've had a pretty good fall so far, and you still couldn't sleep last night because you're excited to hunt today.
Oh yeah, I love whitetail hunting. Absolutely.
Well, we got good weather for it. Temps are dropping. We've got some snow on the ground now.
Yeah.
So could be good today.
Could be good. And there's more snow coming, so they might move today.
Who are you with?
This is my dad. Brought my dad Lee with, you know, been hunting since I was just a young kid. And even before I could even carry a gun or anything like that, you know, I'd go out and sit in the stand with him and, you know, just watch the deer and kind of go through the process of the setting the stands and all that kind of stuff, and just really kind of fell in love with it for sure. His first Canadian adventure as well, so this is going to be fun.
All right, Lee, good luck.
Thank you.
You excited?
Oh, yeah. I'm nervous. I'm shaking.
Let's go.
How far in is it?
140 yards.
100 yards, 40 yards dead. And then yeah, once you get in the stand and settle, just do a check-in on the inReach. Okay. Good luck. Yep, good luck. All right, on to the next spot.
All right, Danny, we're counting on you. No pressure.
No pressure.
First day, get it done.
First day. We got some cool temps. There's quite a bit of snow up here in the bush actually, so that's good. I've seen a lot of deer tracks on the way in. I'm pretty excited.
How cool is this to be doing this with your dad up here?
This is awesome. I mean, obviously he's the one that got me into deer hunting, and now kind of being able to bring him up to Saskatchewan on a dream whitetail hunt. This is pretty cool.
All right, good luck.
Yes, you too.
Okay, well, Danny's going into his stand. His dad is just a couple of miles one direction, and then I'm going to be a couple of miles the other direction. Weather's finally changing. Last couple of days, it's been a little bit colder. We've got a few inches of snow on the ground, so it's been too warm. Hunting's been a little bit tough, but we looked at pictures last night on the trail cameras from yesterday and the day before, and definitely more bucks on camera. So fingers crossed, it could be a good day.
Well, it is 2 o'clock. I had a small buck come in pretty much right away this morning around 9 or so. And forgot my lunch. And I gotta go to the bathroom. And I was gonna ride it out. But I just heard a couple of gunshots. There's the third gunshot right there. That's Danny's direction. So I'm gonna back out, try to get some cell phone reception, and see if he needs a hand, and then hopefully go take some pictures of a big buck. Might be cutting this afternoon short, but that's all right. If Danny got one, hell yeah. There's a fourth shot. That one sounded further away.
First day in the woods. How many deer did you see?
Well, I might have seen some of them multiple times, but I think I've seen around 16, 17 today.
Holy smokes.
In fact, I think there's only an hour and a half that I didn't have deer in front of me.
Wow.
So I've seen 3 or 4 different bucks. One of them was a pretty good buck, big dark rack, huge body. But I don't know. It's first day. It's hard to pull the trigger. I'm semi-close to my dad, so I thought maybe that deer would go over towards my dad.
Sure.
But got great video of him.
Oh, cool.
He'll be on the trail camera a bunch too. He was right there. So
before we started filming, Danny said, I should have shot him, Bret. What do they say? Don't pass up a deer that you'd shoot on the last day?
That went through my mind multiple times.
This one's set up. It's only like 50 yards. I got a heater, nice chair in there, easy to drop off.
So there's a lot of bucks around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a nice one too. High time.
Nice buck.
You notice a lot of those are at dark, so we're
Well,
hoping
yeah.
they start coming out.
If they're rutting though, and then
That's
we got
right.
snow coming.
Now,
Yeah.
7:47 a.m. Because many years ago they.
Oh, jeez.
Look at drop time on that one.
Or is it
Go-
velvet? Velvet.
Velvet.
Yeah.
In November still, huh?
Yeah.
You just making the rounds, Tiny.
That's a nice one there.
Oh, yeah.
I dreamed there's
Good
a deer
browse.
coming. It was bad.
That's a nice one.
Very good.
There's a nice one there.
To see the big deer, to be in the place where they live, as they often say, I can't guarantee you a big deer coming here, but I can guarantee you're hunting where big deer live.
Barry is just a real down-to-earth, no BS, doesn't try to blow smoke at you, doesn't make promises he can't keep, and that means a lot to me.
We basically start November 1st and go till December 7th for the whitetail season.
You're almost baiting the does, which are then baiting the bucks, it seems like.
Exactly. Those are the bait.
Bucks don't, and when they come in, they don't necessarily go to the bait pile all the time. They will, but not always.
Yeah, the bucks aren't coming for food. They're coming to check their scrapes and whatever doe is coming in to heat, that's what they're looking for.
Bow chicka bow bow.
Morning, Danny.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Slept good.
With my eyes shut, how did you
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Is today the day?
Day to day, you got it.
Snow's coming.
Snow's coming. Deer gonna move. They're gonna eat today.
Where's the coffee? I need some.
They gotta be rutting and chasing a little bit. The way that little buck was chasing them does yesterday.
I had one buck come in yesterday, a fork, and it did nothing with the bait, but it was all around. It had to be there 5 minutes around the bait.
Yeah.
Where the does had been walking around.
Well, of the $5 I had,
He never ate.
only one really ate. One had a mouthful, and the others were just around the bait. You know,
So if we can find the does, we should be able to get some bucks
Yeah.
coming in.
that's the
They're
purpose.
on the move. Yeah,
That's the purpose of baiting, is to have
that's
the does
best
there.
bait there is.
Yeah. It's just kind of a waiting game, and sitting out there in the bush, it is so quiet. I mean, it's like almost eerie quiet. You could hear a noise, from so far away, and it's just the stillness of sitting out there is just something totally different than anything I've had hunting the Midwest.
All right. First spike that walks in, dropping the hammer.
See you guys in an hour.
Good luck. Danny, you saw a decent buck yesterday. You questioned whether or not you should shoot it. If you see it today, what's your plan?
I don't know. When the time comes, we'll see. He had everything you want a Canada buck to have. He had a nice dark rack, huge body, but I'm waiting for that big one. So, and on day one, I just couldn't do it.
And it's day 2 today, so is it still maybe that mindset a little bit?
I'll have to see him from some other angles.
Good luck, Danny.
Good luck.
Right before this trip, I picked up a new scope from Right On. I decided to put it on my old 30-06 while I was up here in Saskatchewan. Well, that meant sighting it in. It also meant that putting this bigger scope on caused my gun not to fit in my case anymore. So after getting it all sighted in and then kind of jamming it into my case, I knocked the scope out of alignment. So I decided to wait until light, get it sighted in again before heading out to the stand.
It's interesting just how big all the deer are too. I had a couple of does that were starting to come into the bait, and I thought, oh boy, here comes a big buck, and out steps a doe and some fawns. So a lot of big-bodied deer. You kind of got to get used to that, and seeing the different things.
So I got in here late, had to shoot my gun. So I shot it twice, made a quick little adjustment after the first shot, and it was dead center on the second shot. I got out here, I'm in a little smaller stand today, so I had to adjust the way I'm set up. The tripod is kind of in the middle. Had to shoot around it, and I think I had finally just loaded my gun, making all kinds of noise. And a little buck was out in front of me immediately. He sat there for a while, and then he finally left, and I kind of settled in. Hadn't seen anything for a while, and all of a sudden I look up, and there's the target buck right in front of me.
Now, this spot hadn't been hunted yet this year, and the longer trail into the bush had fresh tracks. I also noticed 2 active scrapes and a huge rub along the way. Everything seems bigger up here, you know, bigger bodies, but even the scrapes, like some of the active scrapes that we've seen, it's like they're disturbing, you know, half a football field out there.
Yeah, they can get pretty aggressive, that's for sure. There's our buck to doe ratio is pretty high, so they can get pretty aggressive and competitive over the does.
While Danny and I were hunting, so were Greg and Keith.
Yeah, this year I had an interesting experience. 3 different days I saw a moose come into the stand. A cow and a calf one day, a cow, calf, and a bull another day, and that cow happened to have a radio collar on. And today I had a cow moose in. It's just a fun experience to see an animal like that, and they are huge.
So you saw moose at the bait tonight?
Yeah, saw lots of moose. I got lots of pictures. It was cool to see those big brown things come in on the heavy snow like that.
That's awesome. But this guy over here shot the unicorn.
I did.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So tell me about it.
All of a sudden I look and here comes this buck marching in, and I thought, I should glass that. No, I don't think I need to glass it. I'm going to shoot it. And when I brought the gun up, then I could start to see that I think perhaps it's a unicorn.
Sure.
It only went 10 yards.
Oh, wow.
Both shoulders, so very fortunate.
That's the deer you wanted.
Yes, that is the deer. 12 days I waited for that deer.
12 days.
Yeah.
Lots of long days out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations. How many years have you been coming here?
This is either 14 or 15, I guess.
Shot some nice deer here?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it's always a good time here.
That's awesome.
So, you know, Bret was filming squirrels the day before, so I'm like, well, I'm going to be artsy like him and get some squirrel shots. There's no deer to film. And so I'm turning the camera on and I'm kind of trying to move it over because the squirrel's off to the right. And so I'm facing the camera at this point. My viewfinder is like right here. And I move the tripod, look up, and there's a buck standing at the bait. I see it in the viewfinder. I'm like, oh, crap. I look over to the left and I just see that big old rack with that extra point and all that on, you know, sitting at the bait. So quick hit record, grab the gun, and it just kind of happened so fast, you know. I just turned and looked up, and there was a big chocolate rack buck standing at the bait pile. Big old body on him. Exactly what you come to Canada to shoot. The does on day 2 just seemed like they were a little bit on edge, and they kept they'd come into the bait and then they'd look off into the woods, and, you know, they'd put their ears up and they were kind of even stomping a little bit, like something was out there. And a lot of times you can watch those does and they'll really kind of tell you what's going on. And it wasn't, you know, they even came up right next to me in front of the blind for a while, and they were eating there because they just seemed like a little bit spooked down by that end. So I literally just shot my buck like 5-10 minutes ago, and he ran off down into the swamp. I jumped on my Garmin and Reach unit and messaged Barry that I got a buck down. The funny part here is the deer are still moving. Here, take a look at this right now, actually. There is literally a deer already back on that bait pile.
Well, Danny had his target buck, Greg had his target buck, Keith had seen some moose, Lee was still hunting hard, and I was climbing into a new stand where a few nice deer had been on camera, but I had one chocolate rack deer on my mind.
He's not an absolute giant, but he's been on this spot a lot. Oh, there's a deer right here. Saw him on the camera, trail camera. I said, Barry, if that buck comes out, I'm going to shoot him. 'Cause he's a real dark rack, which is what I wanted. He's real nice. He's kind of tall. It's a real nice deer. And he came out all of a sudden. He's right in front of me, halfway to the bait side, like he was close. Yes, just shot my Saskatchewan whitetail. This is the deer I was looking for. It's a beautiful rack and a real nice mature deer, and he all of a sudden popped out right in front of me. Like I had to adjust the camera to make sure I got him in focus. Still not my best camera work, but I got him in focus. I thought he was going to bail. I rushed the shot a little bit, and I hit him a little bit further back than I wanted to, but I can't imagine he went far shooting this 30-06, so just going to give him a couple of minutes, climb down, look for some blood, and go coat Barry. Yes. That's blood, hey? Oh, yeah. Nice. There we go. Now we're talking.
What'd you say, Barry? You found him? Nice. Yes. Right. We tracked this thing way into the bush. Well, kind of. Followed a blood trail quite a ways. Lost it. Just started circling. Barry just found it right back by the bait, which is awesome because that means we don't have to drag it very far. Because this would be not much fun. I gotta go around this tree. Nice. Real glad we don't have to drag him back through this stuff. There's the bait. He came back this way. That's weird. So you just did a circle yourself. You didn't find blood over here, did you?
No, I was I'm gonna come back to the bait and start over.
Yeah, that's what I did. I tried to find my way back. I'm like, okay, there's the bait.
I looked and I'm like, huh. And then I looked, there's the bait.
Nice. Right by the... Jeez. Look at the body on that deer.
Look at that, buddy.
Look at that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Look how dark those antlers are. Oh, yeah. So, I guess you could call him a 9. Mm-hmm. But that's cool. This is a beautiful rack. Hey?
Gorgeous.
Beautiful deer. Dark head on him. That's cool.
You're going to back up a little bit to get it all in there. There we go. Nice.
Nice. Look at that. Right there. Beautiful buck. I think I've been hunting 4 days, Barry. And a couple of days were half days because I had some work to do. But saw this buck on the trail camera last night. Or yesterday, I guess. You had him during the day yesterday, right? And I told Barry, I said, this is what I wanted, was a dark rack like this. And I said, if he comes in, I'm going to take the shot. And I hit him.
A little bit fast.
Yeah. Well, he was quartering.
Well, and that's the exit, right?
Yeah, he was quartering kind of away from me. So I haven't looked at the other side yet, but I hit him. I kicked just a little back behind the front shoulder and then just kind of diagonaled out the back. And didn't see blood right where I hit him, which I was kind of surprised at. I expect to see blood there. And then tracked him a little bit, found the blood on the other side of this whole area, and then it dried up. I backed out, waited for you guys, and then Barry just came over here to look for it and found him piled up. I didn't think he went far, but now the fun part begins. And it sounds like Danny did some shooting too, so we're gonna get this guy out of here and go see how Danny did. All right.
Good tracking, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Good shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the deer from yesterday?
You know what they say. You don't pass the deer on the first and the second day that you would shoot on the last day.
All right.
It's been about an hour, so we gave him enough time. And, you know, he took off real hard and kind of crashed off back here in the swamp. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
So maybe we're 2 for 2.
Did you get one?
I shot one.
Come on. Congrats, man. What'd you get?
It was a 30-pointer.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, a 30-pointer. Let's go find yours.
Let's see if we can see some blood down here.
All right.
Good grab this guy, too.
Oh, perfect.
You know, he was standing right here.
Mine didn't bleed until he was running away. You think you'd see some when he jumps over this log?
Yeah, there's some in the snow.
See some there?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, Danny, I haven't looked for blood or nothing yet, so I didn't know if I should wait. I don't know if you want that, Brett.
Sure.
But looks like there's a little bit here. Quite a bit here. I seen him come this way.
Where do you think you hit him?
Well, if you look in the video, it looks like I hit him right where you want to hit him. Yeah.
Oh, there's some.
No, that wasn't blood.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, he said it was good. Found blood.
You got some over there?
Yeah. So we went down this trail here.
Oh, right there, huh? Is that what you're looking at right there?
Are you colorblind?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I can see that that's red, but I almost have to get real close to it.
Well, we bled quite a bit here. He's slowing down, I think, there, Dan. Okay.
I'll let you go in front.
He's spraying.
Oh, yeah.
Staggering. I see him. See ya?
Nice.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice job, Danny.
Awesome. Thank you.
How much snow is on the lens? Okay, lens is good. Cool, real dark rack too, hey?
Dark rack, big body, yeah. Pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
He was missing a brow tine and missing a G3, so I was like, well, it's day one, maybe I should let him go. And so I tried to just get some good video of him. And then, of course, right as he was stepping into the bush, I thought, well, maybe I should have shot him. And, you know, he went on and you know, kind of had a couple more deer come in that day, but that kind of wrapped it up on day one.
Did you go to bed that night thinking if you saw him on day two, you might shoot him?
Yeah, I mean, on day two, I was thinking possibly, you know, I would maybe shoot that deer, but, you know, there's a lot of other big bucks around and you got time, you know, so I didn't know what I was going to do. It was kind of one of those things where if the deer presented itself in front of me, I was going to let fate, you know, kind of make that decision for me.
Tell me about day two.
So day two, we get into the blind. And, you know, of course, right away again, you know, there's good action. I got does coming in. I did have a little 6-pointer come in right away in the morning. Wasn't a couple hours later, all of a sudden, big buck comes in. And of course, when he came in on day 2 and he's standing at that bait like that, I literally thought it was a different deer. And, you know, his left side's really good. And he's even got kind of an extra point there. And I seen that, and that was enough for me. He was quartering away really hard. I was able to sneak the shot, you know, right in on that shoulder. And, I mean, got it all on camera. He didn't run real far at all, really. And we're able to find that deer. And, you know, I was pretty excited from there on out. I think Saskatchewan is definitely one of those places you got to add to your list. Coming up here and kind of hunting on the fringe of the bush country and the farmland, it's just such a cool experience. The big deer, the dark racks, you know, big bodies, and all the other stuff that you can see from the moose and the wolves, and, you know, just kind of the adventure of it really is what makes this trip worth it.
It might be a trip of a lifetime for some people, but it could be a good tradition.
It's just wonderful to see all the animals, the birds, the deer, and seeing in their natural movements, their natural habitat. You just don't get that anywhere else, where it's very crowded sometimes and the deer are constantly on the move because they're driven by a human. Here they're not that way at all.
This is the hardest part, getting around those birds. Like for me, I've always wanted to be an outfitter, always been an outfitter, and the best part I find about the whole business is getting to know the people.
Saskatchewan is a wild place. A favorite location of my ancestors, and now one of mine as well. Beautiful landscapes, good hunting, and great people. Putting this bush buck on the wall is more than just a trophy. It's a daily reminder of the incredible experiences I've been fortunate to have in this Canadian wilderness.